Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke, and if you're new here, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you along with me as I grocery shop and meal prep for this upcoming week. Now, today's video is a little bit different from my normal meal prep video that I did last time. I'm calling this one Bougie on a Budget, because my meals kind of are a little bit more elevated than they usually are, and I'll get into that a little bit later in terms of what I'm making. But right now, I'm gonna head inside and let's get grocery shopping. I'll see you in there. I at least brought a bag this time. Alright, so I just finished grocery shopping, and it actually took a lot quicker than I expected. And I think you all are going to like how much I actually spent on all this stuff. Now, before I go through how much I spent, I did want to say that in regards to this meal prep and these more bougie elevated meal prep meals, there were a few things that I didn't need to get and I didn't include in this budget. Oil, butter, I am using a little bit of wine. I do have some leftover rice from my other meal prep video, so I am using that. There's a few other items that I'll list all here that I didn't need to get, which would have definitely made this more towards $60. So for this meal prep, I wanted to spend under $50. $50 was my budget for this bougie on a budget meal prep video, and I actually ended up spending $43.16. I am going to head home now, but I'm gonna be going through the receipt a little bit more once I get home, and then I'm also gonna break down what I'm going to be cooking for this meal prep. So I'll see you once I'm home. All right, so I just got home from the grocery store. I'm gonna unload all these groceries, and then we're gonna take a little deep dive into what I got, what I have, and what I'm going to be meal prepping this week. So I just unloaded everything onto the counter, and I also grabbed out the other ingredients that I'm going to be using for what I'm meal prepping. So I figured I'd first start with what I'm meal prepping. So for this upcoming week, I'm doing my classic pancakes and sausage for breakfast. It's just really easy for me to pop in the microwave and heat up in the morning. And then for lunch and dinner, I kind of swap between the two every day, so I'm not eating the same thing. But for one of the meals, I'm doing a lemon butter chicken with spinach and sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm also going to be doing a teriyaki chicken with some fried rice for the other meal. This is why I feel like these meals are a little bit more elevated than the last ones, since I only just did like a one-pan feta pasta. I think this is gonna be really good. Some of the items that I did have in home that I didn't need to include in my budget, and these are some things that you might want to include in your budget if you are trying to remake the meals that I am today. I did have some white wine at home, garlic, rice, butter, flour, and eggs, and of course oil, and also just general seasonings as well. So if this is something that you're trying to replicate yourself and don't have any of these items at home, it's important that you also make sure to include those in your budget as well. Well, that kind of wraps up my little summary of my grocery shopping trip, and now it's actually time to dive in and actually start cooking all the meals. I'm gonna get started first with my breakfast, and I'm gonna go find some containers to throw it in. I was able to find 5 containers for my breakfast. Now I'm just gonna get it all set up to go. That is it for my breakfast. I'm going to put the leftovers in the freezer as well as these meals, and they are ready to go. Now I am going to get started on prepping the other meals. I think I'm going to get started first with the sun-dried tomato chicken pasta. That one is my favorite. I love that one so much. And I'm gonna throw the rest of the chicken teriyaki stuff off to the side, and I'm gonna get started on this. while I'm finishing up cooking the chicken, I just started boiling the water for the pasta so I can get the sauce going once I'm done. I just did a taste test and it's literally perfect. So I'm gonna turn this off, let it cool down a little bit, and then plate them. All right, so here's the chicken. We got the sauce over here, and then the pasta. So I just finished meal prepping my lemon butter chicken with sun-dried tomatoes and spinach. It literally smells so good in here. I literally cannot tell you how good it smells. This meal is officially done, so I'm going to let these cool down, and these are ready to go in the freezer for the week. And now I'm going to get started on the chicken teriyaki and fried rice. I was able to find a mixed match of containers to use for the meal prep. So I'm just gonna get these set up so they are ready to go. And I think I'm gonna get started first with prepping the rice, get that going and cooking. It's not even really gonna be a fried rice. It's gonna be more like a cooked rice with veggies in it. I'm gonna get started cooking. Okay, but first I'm actually gonna clean up my mess a little bit because I do need a few pans and pots that I use to make the fried rice as well. Miss, say hi. Say hello. I just finished cleaning the pots and pans that I need, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get started on cooking the teriyaki chicken and fried rice. Just finished cooking all the chicken, and I just decided to actually cut it up instead of leaving it whole. I think it'll just be a little bit easier to eat later on. So I just finished meal prepping. There are all the meals in the back. And that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed following along as I meal prepped for the week. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!